Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. It's all systems go, security-wise, for President Bongbong Marcos's second State of the Nation address. The Batasan Pambansa, which is the venue of the SONA on Monday, July 24, has been under lockdown since yesterday. Only essential personnel, or those needed for the setup of the SONA's program and ceremonies, are allowed to enter the building. All those entering the Batasan are required to present an ID and should be on the official list before they are given special stickers for entry. Only vehicles with proper credentials will be allowed inside the building premises and will be subjected to thorough inspection by K9 units. A dress rehearsal will also be held at the Batasan complex over the weekend to make sure that everyone and everything is ready on the day of the SONA.
All the high-ranking officials will be here, no? Plus guests from different sectors. Mga importante lahat yan eh. So hindi natin pwedeng hayaan na hindi secured itong lugar na to. They'll be here from 2 o'clock up to the time the President leaves. So that's about 4-5 hours, no? So kailangan secured talaga yung lugar namin. So hindi biruan ho itong lockdown.
And the Quezon City Police Department says it is also ready for the upcoming State of the Nation address. Most of QCPD forces have already been deployed around the Batasan Pambansa complex where the SONA will be held. But the QCPD clarified that they are only assisting the Presidential Security Group, which is on top of safety and security in the area. The local police has also issued permits to 3 groups, allowing them to hold rallies near the Batasan for a few hours.
So sa part ng QCPD, we will always be exercising maximum tolerance as long as they limit themselves sa areas na kung saan na napapag-usapan, and they always keep everything within the bounds of decency and within the bounds of the law.
Now, protest actions will only be allowed from the Office of the Commission on Human Rights all the way to Tandang Sora Corner Commonwealth Avenue. The QCPD is not expecting a huge crowd of protesters this year.
As administration kasi, hindi naman 32 million ang votes ng presidente. Kaya medyo maraming rallyista noon. Pero sa ngayon, we do not expect na ganun kalaki. I think this is just the second song. This is just the second song of the president. And I think he deserves a break. Magbibigay pa na siya ng first year report niya eh. May 5 taon pang natitira eh. So, you know, it may not resound really to people na rallihan ng presidente eh. Nagsisimula pa nga lang.
And for his second year in office, the private sector is expecting President Bongbong Marcos to prioritize reforms in civil service, agriculture, education, and infrastructure. But how is Marcos Jr. faring in these aspects so far? We have global investment banker Stephen Kunying sharing his insights.
There's one of the things that I feel sad about in the Philippines is people say, how can there always be coups in Thailand and the tourists come back after 1 week? The foreign investors don't leave. Here, those countries have a very good professional civil service. There's a decent execution by the civil service and the bureaucracy, which is better than us. That's my observation.
How would you rate from a scale of 1 to 10?
I'd rate it an incomplete because I'm waiting to see. I mean, to the credit of this administration, I think their stated policy priorities are all correct. But the president is now entering his 11th month. And I'm waiting to see what are the policies and the execution of those policies for those sectors. I haven't seen them yet. So my grade is an incomplete because I don't know what they're going to do yet. He says we have to be self-sufficient in agricultural prime commodities. But for now, we're still importing. I haven't seen how they're going to improve and professionalize the civil service, except that they're arguing about BBP and Land Bank and what should happen in the merger. But I haven't seen fundamental moves on addressing that. And then obviously the military pension. But I've not seen how they're going to make it better. I agree with those I'm happy the government has chosen to prioritize that plus other things. But I'm waiting to see how.
Catch that full conversation with Stephen Kuunyeng on Thought Leaders with Kathy Yang come Tuesday, July 25 at 7:30 p.m. only here on One News. We have more stories coming your way after this quick break. Keep it here. One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. PAGASA warns that Tropical Depression Egay could develop into a super typhoon next week. The tropical depression was last spotted some 900 kilometers east of southeastern Luzon with wind speeds of up to 70 kilometers per hour. And while Egay's track forecast shows that it will remain offshore, PAGASA is not ruling out a landfall scenario just yet over the eastern portion of mainland Cagayan and Batanes. There is also a chance that Tropical Depression Egay could intensify into a tropical storm in the next 12 hours and then develop into a super typhoon early next week. Meanwhile, the southwest monsoon or habagat could bring rains over the western portions of Mimaropa and the Visayas on Sunday. Same weather should be experienced over the western sections of southern Luzon and western Visayas on Monday or Tuesday. Still on rains, the local government of Calumpit in Bulacan is considering turning its flooded areas into tourist spots. Almost half of the municipality is submerged in floodwaters for a good part of the year, made worse by heavy downpours in the rainy season. It has gotten so bad in some streets of Calumpit that residents have resorted to using boats to get around. So far, the LGU is targeting a partnership with the Public Works Department to solve Calumpit's years-long problem with flooding. Authorities are also looking at the possibility of emulating what Thailand has done, which is to put floating markets in the municipality's flood-prone areas. Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. The fishing ban in Pola Oriental, Mindoro has been lifted. The local government has also announced that all water activities in the town can now resume. Pola is the last town in Oriental Mindoro to lift its fishing ban after the massive oil spill from the sunken MT Princess Empress in March. And a rider that went viral for doing motorcycle stunts in Davao has been arrested by authorities. In the video, the so-called Superman rider was seen lying down on a motorcycle seat while speeding along the Davao City coastal road. He is now facing a string of charges for doing dangerous tricks while on a public road. And Roman Catholic bishops will be lobbying for a 13-year-old girl as the next Filipino saint. Nina Ruiz Abad died of hypertrophic cardiomyopathy back in 1993. Accounts have it that Abad lived a prayerful and charitable life and helped to spread the gospel despite her tender age. The campaign for sainthood is expected to be long, as was in the case of Filipino saints Lorenzo Ruiz and Pedro Calungsod. And over in Scotland, hundreds of golden retrievers gathered in the Highlands as a tribute to the breed's ancestry. The dogs, their humans, and other pet enthusiasts gathered at the Cushgan House in Glen Affric. This is where the first of the golden retriever breed was said to have come from by a Scottish lord some 155 years ago. Golden retrievers are known for their loyal and affectionate nature.
I'm a real golden retriever enthusiast. I've been in the breed for over 20 years, and this is like the mecca of golden retrievers. So if you're a real enthusiast and you really love the breed, this is where you need to be.
I think for people to come back and see where it originated, to see the kennel house, to see the field, to see the house, it has special significance.
One News Now will be back at 6 p.m. with the day's latest stories. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.